Listen. Yeah. Yes, dog. Get that out of there.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in and being here today. My apologies, because this video should have started a couple of minutes ago, but like I have had the morning of all mornings because, well, I am not fully recovered from last night's events on top of other things that happened this morning of crucial proportions. And so, as you can hear, my voice is a little bit lost, but I will be able to talk about so many different things today. As far as what Pride Weekend was for me, the good, the bad, the ugly, the bit of it I sort of did like the, I guess, trifecta of a Pride experience with a festival that was for Houston with the parade, and then of course the evening shenanigans in the neighborhood, followed by a drag brunch that was hosted by the legend Chevelle Brooks. For those y'all don't know, that's Jiggly's mama. You know what I'm saying? That was really dope. And Angeria being on this cast, plus a connection from my trip to Puerto Vallarta that happened at this brunch. My mind was blown at a lot of different things that were taking place for me this weekend, and I knew something bad was going to happen, and that is exactly what happened this morning. But the concert on Sunday, me getting to spend time with my sister, I haven't seen her in a little while, and it was like a good time to like be had. I saw so many Rant Pack members that were at the concert, also at the drag brunch. Shout out to Purple Eater 42. I see you're driving right now, so I hope you are getting home safely. I'm not sure if you're driving back home, but I appreciate the beverage. As you know, I was on the tippy of toe budgets because I was trying to make this whole experience happen for myself. Shout out to PayPal Pay in 4. That is the only way I got to enjoy the show, because I was like, if I have to pay full price for a ticket, we're not doing that because we have rent, literally do. We gonna get to that in a second because Maddie had to file a police report this morning and open a new bank account. It's been a morning and I'm tired and I'm over it. We shall continue. Before I get to that portion of this story, and it has something to do with the person that I lent money to crash. That is the gag. And I knew it. I knew it. I said, oh, something told me I was going to deal with some bull. And I did, but we'll get there. We'll talk about it in a second. So I will handle them because, yeah, you going to jail, bitch. But yeah, we'll get there. So anywho, the concert was amazing. I need to discuss. If you are about to go to this show, I'm going to give you so much good advice today. I'm going to give you a lot of good advice because I will never, ever again go to this lady's show an hour before the start time ever again. You fooled me once. Never again will I do that. And I cannot believe that lady started on time. Not even at set, like y'all, when you see that video of the people who were scurrying to their seats because she started at 7:50, that is real stuff. But I'm in my seat when that happened. And they start to play the music and I'm like, no way. I have been to 7 concerts. She has never started that early. If you did not get merch, you did not get merch. And I did not get any merch. And I'm sad. I was really upset. But we'll talk about why I didn't get it because of, oh my God, it was so bad. She did not do a particular song because of events that happened a prior night, and we will discuss that. There were some exclusive things that did happen here. I do need to discuss. I don't want to give so much away because you get like a show, but like when I tell you, whew, it was an experience, and I will compare it to the Renaissance tour that I did, but also what seats I got, and maybe if you are possibly trying to go too, and you're like Matt, just like you, we on that little tight ship, but maybe a pay and for situation works. If you have Ticketmaster, PayPal works directly through them. I was very gagged. That was the thing, because I'm like, last time I got to, so. That is the only reason I got to go. That is the only reason Matty went. Matty did not pay full price. And I got a resale ticket, and I'm gonna tell you how to do that for your city if possible, because they did like block out a whole lot of stuff, and then they opened up brand new sections like right before the show started, which was a good thing. And then a lot of people took advantage of that. That was perfect. But I ended up club level. Don't even know how it happened for the price that I got, which is so affordable compared to what people were paying like for the pre-sale tickets. So I received it, and I got that's why I was like, I got lucky. We taking a risk, because if they're not going to let me do the pay for, I'm not going to go. Like, I was really not going to go. I was not going to go to the show if I could not split that up. No way. I was like, there's no way I'm not paying for what right now. Like, no, not possible. But once it was like, okay, bitch, I can pay $40 today. Give me the ticket. And that's like me getting into the club during Pride. That's how much I would have cost. Yeah, yes, I will go. Like, we'll handle the other. Every 2 weeks, we'll see you, girl. Like, that was me. You know what I'm saying? I would never do a pre-sale again. No shade, Beyonce. I love you down, and I apply this to every artist, period. I'm not doing pre-sales ever. Like, I'm going to wait till the show gets right where it needs to be. I don't care if they say it's sold out, because sure enough, somebody's going to open this up because they want to sell seats. They want to get all this kind of stuff, and this and the other is crazy, okay? But we're going to talk about it, because I got the full experience of the show, the blue factor, the roomy, the sweet angel baby child, the full bit of it. It was so great. And then talk about my experience leaving said situation. It was so interesting seeing so many people out. So thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, and we're going to talk about Love Island today. I don't know if you are a Love Island watchers, but I have some opinions about specific people that I need to get off of my chest. And I'm a little bit tired of said show and the shenanigans and the foolery that I'm witnessing that is being pulled. I feel like there's a lot of self-producing happening here. I'm annoyed a tad bit, but like also it's been a fun time, at least watching it go down. I'm trying to watch it even though I'm like very much on my I wish I had somebody in my life to use, but like I just have to witness these young folks act a fool, and honestly they be mad at, and the clear, I don't know, I'm not a fan of Taylor. That's his name, right? The little long neck bastard with the Alandria situation, which a lot of people are being too mean to Alandria, in my personal opinion. I'm not here for that. Not my queen. I think not. There was definitely some leading of on in reference for that. I also don't like Clark's face. How dare you? All that smirking and shit. It's like, okay, girl, be still, sister. It's not that deep. We'll get there. And Huda. I don't see. I'm not personally on that train whatsoever. I don't get it. She's anywho. We'll get there. We'll get to that part of the show, and then some other hot topics that we have missed. So I'm so sorry I didn't go live Saturday. I had to be out and about with my friends, and that was a part of why I'm doing this video today, so I could talk about this with you. And I'll be, of course, live Saturday. Hopefully, I'll be live this Saturday to do Drag Race reviews and get back to the normal schedule, plus the panel and covering multiple shows. We also do King of Drag here. So if you do not know about King of Drag, it's a drag king show. It's a drag king performance show. It's pretty fucking amazing. I personally like it, and I do cover that during the week. So I am going to more than likely, if not tomorrow, the following day, do the review for that. If you're on my Patreon, I more than likely will be doing it. You'll catch the reaction tomorrow, but like the next day, it's going to be the review for sure, because I need to get some more notes. I did a rush job with the Drag Race review. I had a good time, but I felt like I was rushing because I'm like, okay, we got to do this. Is House on Fire going to return? So House on Fire is on BET Plus right now. It, of course, is through Wow Presents Plus, but BET bought the rights to, stream and showcase that, which is amazing. And shout out to House on Fire, shout out to House of Miyake Mugler down. Will we get a season 2? I'm hoping so. I still have a little bit of contact with the hey friend, if you're watching this video. I still am in contact with the people over there with House on Fire, so it's possible that they'll get a season 2. I'm hoping so. I think they personally deserve it, but I haven't gotten any word on it yet, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to share that unless I get a trailer. But shout out to House on Fire, shout out to Wow Presents Plus for including me in on that one. I really did enjoy covering the show, and I was thankful that they wanted to promote me and do all that kind of good stuff with my reviews. So bing, bing, bing. It was fun. And I got to meet all those people who were great. It was great. Okay. So it's at MattyRants everywhere except for X. That's the MattyRants over there, as well as TikTok now. And you can find that on the Linktree link in my About section. I do have reactions on Patreons for as low as $1. Check that out. I have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. I also am bookable on Cameo, and I'm an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. So if you want a free week of Paramount Plus on me, hit that link in the About section, and it'll take you where you need to go. I'm not really going to be dragging and tagging a bag in here, but just to be fair, because sometimes my mouth is the way it is and people take me too seriously. It is a program for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by myself are just my sole personal views. Sorry. And do not reflect the opinion. Oh, fuck. Opinions of every human being on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned in this program, so please do not be rude. Grab your libations and strap in, because I'm a little bit of a talker. Ooh, and you may be here for a while, so please don't post any spoilers in the chat. If you feel uncomfortable reviewing this program, consume some Activia and have yourself a good, nasty hoot. I have not eaten today. We have been busy. We've been busy, so my apologies. If you want to drop a little bit of love in my jar, it is going to go a long, long way, especially after not doing any videos this weekend. Trust me, it just hit hard. And the fact that basically I had my information taken recently, and I found out it was the person who I lent money to, because we did the tracking and I did all that stuff this morning. I've had to close an account and open a new one, file a police report, and do all that kind of good stuff. And I'm a tad bit over it, waking up this morning after a wonderful weekend to an overdrawn account over some bullshit from a store that's literally 3 miles from me. It was not what I had in my day, but yeah. And so that little $50 give back was bull, and I got God. And so that I'm having to be very calm this morning, because I've already cried. I've already yelled and screamed at people. I don't need to do it again. Not going to do it again. But yeah, got scammed by somebody who I thought I was cool with, and I will not be inviting people in my home and doing all that for a very, very long time. Just going to tell you that right now, because I'm over it at this point. I already had the Cash App thing happen, and now this is with like my bank account. So I'm done. So we have a new account open. We're trying to work everything else out, and that's fine, and I'm good with that. But I'm also shaken because, like, I've never had that kind of situation where I'm seeing my name and like all the, I'm not well. So the police report, everything was done this morning. That was my 7 a.m. to 10 before I started getting this ready. And yeah, so I have had to have a libation already right now. Shout out to my friend who bought me some Eddies this weekend, because I've had to consume. So if you see me looking like a little this, that is why, because I'm trying to regulate my emotions. All right. So I really want to have fun today. I want to do this video. I want to talk about this weekend because it really was awesome. And I just refuse, because I'm like literally like, okay, we're going to be able to pay rent this motherfucker, that kind of shit right now with me. But I'm also like, no, I'm going to talk about this weekend, because be damned, my pride was amazing. And by the grace of God, I got to enjoy it. And I got to meet so many people and experience some of the stuff. And I got to see my sister Angeria, who I haven't seen since like 2 drag cons ago, because I missed her in the last drag con. I felt so fucking bad. Like, thank you, Edible. You are really working, because I was about to sob. Oof. Pull it in. So yes. Oh no, we figured it out, because it was quite easy. And again, I used to work in bank card fraud. So I shout out to my girl this morning with my bank, because we were pulling it in the receipts. And actually, they've been getting me for a little while. So it's not just this weekend and all those transactions hitting this morning at like 6 a.m. No. I've been got for the past 3 months, actually. So there you go. And little things that I didn't even know were happening that I thought I was paying for that were mine. No, they weren't. So, yes. Let's talk about all the good stuff here. If you want to throw a little love in my jar, please and thank you. I'll be going live pretty much all week. PayPal at me for /MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924, and Venmo Matty-Rants. Oh, they will, because the whole ID, again, I was very much adamant about all that this morning. I'm pressing charges. I'm not taking that. I'm not doing that lightly because I've already had to like contact so many things and like cancel so much crap and like reopen. It's been a morning. Not good. We are not happy. So yes, my little PayPals and Venmos and all that now gonna have to be my rent payment, and it's not gonna be my bank because girl, we still got to make sure that's good to go. So yes, I was very happy to have a great weekend until this morning, and I knew it was gonna happen because I was like, things are going too well. I wish I didn't will that on me, but I feel like I did at the same time because I was just so angry. But it is what it is. I learned my lesson, and I was told that person was a little off, and I didn't listen to my other friends. So that's what happens when you believe in the best of people. So they will get got. Do not worry. So fucking mad. All right, let's pull some things together here. Let me get my little screen up. All right. Pride was crazy. And I enjoy it. I'm going to tell you now, I am not the goings of out person like I used to be. I have to stop pretending like I am. Let me get some of these videos up. I can't do it. I'm afraid it's not for me anymore, children. Maybe I am of the unk status to where, so rudely some people have placed it, but that's just not my stilo no more. I'm sorry. It's so... I almost went off on somebody and literally lost it over like just being disrespected when someone ignored me and I'm speaking to them in a kind way. And I had to catch myself because I was like, once again, this isn't the early 2000s. We can't just swing and ain't nobody gonna call the police. Like, these girls are scary. But like, it was to a point to where I just could not take the disrespect. So I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for not slapping a bitch this weekend over some non-donkey sense. But I will say people need to stop playing with people. I'm going to tell you that much. Like, I need people to calm down and clock in. You are not the world. The world does not revolve around you. And some people really are honestly, very anxious and anxiety driven, like myself, when it comes to communicating with people, because sometimes I think the worst. But then when I find out it is the worst, I'm like, oh, so I'm right about it. A bitch want to react. So I had to catch myself over some attitude and some rudeness that happened to me in reference to it. That's the most I'm going to speak about it because I really want to go into detail, but I'm not going to be that girl. But just know we clocked, we did. I was ready. To the person who was like, you guys don't, I'm like, please mind your business, because if that was you, I most certainly would allow you to have your ones. I would allow you to have your ones, because we don't do that kind of disrespectful shit over here. I'm not about it. So I will say to my queens and my babies out there, stand your ground. If you feel somebody is doing you dirt, if it's not worth it, push on through, because that's what ended up happening. We gonna move around that, because what you wanted, I could have gave, but I'm not doing it because it was really unnecessary. But it was just some disrespectful shit of like walking up and being like very cordial and hello and just asking a question and then just dead ass ignoring somebody. That was why if I saw someone getting that done to them, I'm like, oh, absolutely. Hello, be respectful, be right, because this is pride, for fuck's sake. Like, who are you? So it was weird, girl. I got a chance to play the Nintendo Switch 2. And shout out to Houston Gamers, because they like do this for every Pride. They like, I guess, like post things that happen. Oh no, right. Like just how I explained, it was just, I'm speaking to somebody and you purposely ignore me and then I'm gonna walk away, and then you act like you didn't say nothing or hear me to then turn around and go, I guess, da 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 da. It was like, what? It was really wild how that went down, because it was like I'm directly speaking to you less than a foot from your face, and you ignore me. Like, you side eye, go back to the conversation. I was like, okay. To then when I walk away and I tell my friends what happened, because you can hear me, oh no, you can da 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 whatever. I'm not about to slap you, but I am gonna be like, now come on, be real. You know what I mean? Be regular. Be right. Pull it up. Pull them pants. Come on now. That was bull. Like, I was really right just there. You could have said something right then, like, oh hey, give me a second, or da 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 da. Instead, you chose that, but you waited for me to then get around a group of people and then be like, okay, never mind. Yeah. Oh, so that's what we're doing. That was weird for me. And I wasn't the only one that slotted into that. So that's why I was like, okay, I feel justified that I felt that moment was rude. Someone saw that it did happen. I'm not on some other bullshit, because I would have taken it if I just overthought it. But I was like, no, you did it on purpose. Then you went to clock. I tagged and you said nah. I said, okay, cool, bet, but we can move around, because I'm not going to do that with you today. So I got to play the little Nintendo Switch 2. It was very cute. The Mario Kart World game is wild. I understand the frustration now of people saying you will be in first place. And unlike the other Mario game where you might get tagged and it's possible you can still hold a first. No, girl. No, Miss Thing. I was in first so many times. One thing happened. Just one. And then followed by 17 other. D'Anthony, yes, it does. That's Mina. That's Mina Co. Yeah. So if you see the Matt924 Cash App and you're like, is this Maddie? That is me. It says Matt B. But the cat that's Mina. That's like one of my favorite pictures of her. So I have it as the photo for that Cash App, because I just love it. So every time I see that fish, y'all don't know, she's one of the best things to wake up to, but she's fucking nuts. She is a tortie to the T. She has attitude. She is a talker. I am unable to sleep some nights because she needs to let me know, like, hey, it's 3 a.m. and I want my petties. That's what I call the pets when I give them their pets and stuff, the petties, because like Mamu does it too. But Mamu has, okay, oh my God, let me pause, because again, this is one of these lives today. We're just having fun. We're talking. I'm going to be here for a while. So tune in, babies. Okay, because I got to explain the cats. I haven't done a video in a minute, and I really should do a video. Yes, I did see Beyonce, and I actually will show you some of the video that I have. I can't show everything, but I'll show you where I was specifically and explain that a little bit later on in the video. But yeah, we'll definitely get to Beyonce, but just a little cat corner moment. I'm gonna do some content with them soon, especially because I did my little cat adoption video, and it's been a while, so I'm going to start doing the update on like them as, I guess, more grown cats, if you will. Mamu is my chill baby, but he's also very, you got to let me outside daddy. Like he will wear me out about it, because he just loves to sit on the patio and he loves talking to the stray cats that come by and have learned to be respectful, which I appreciate those strays, because there was one that used to hop up on my fence, bitch, and I used to have to get fucking active. Like, who you getting over on my kids? Like, you do not run this block. So they know to now be on the outside, and they sit and they chill and they literally just stare at each other and they roll over in their little respective spots and places and spaces and stuff like that and do all that kind of shit. So it's really funny whenever that happens. And then when I come out, sometimes they'll like be expecting some shit or whatever, but we don't really go there. We don't do all that. I stopped giving them any kind of like treat or whatever. I had to. I was like, yeah, we not gonna do that no more. That's what we're gonna do. Thank you so much, D, for the tippy poo on Cash App. I appreciate you, my baby. Everything counts, and I thank you, my love. So thank you for the love over there on my Cash App. If y'all did want to throw me a little bit of love in my jar, we are really trying to raise funds this this week for sure. We don't know what's about to happen. It's PayPal.me / MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924. You'll see a picture of Mina, and Venmo MattyRants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So Mamu has a pillow. He has taken one of my pillows. It is no longer my pillow. It is his pillow. I have no possession of said pillow. What pillow is not mine? It is not mine anymore. So he has a corner spot in the bed. When it's time to go to sleep, he also will pull me to go to sleep. It's like, hey, it's after 1 and you're still on the computer. Let's go to bed. He do that all the time. For that, that account I'm closing, Ryla, because I was having issues with that one. It's still up and everything, and I still have access to it, but I'm trying to close that one out because I also had some issues with somebody taking my information with that one, and I don't want to have it anymore. It's still locked in because I'm getting things taken care of with that one, paying some things off. So that's why I'm like, don't send to that one. I'm closing that one out. That one I'm taking care of. There's nothing wrong with the account. It's just I'm handling something with them, and I had to do a different Cash App account because they were trying to make that account something it was not. And I'm like, no, we have to close this. It's y'all making this thing drama every other 6 months, and it's not, and I'm not doing it anymore. So that's why we moved on. Mamu got his pillow. It's a pillow I like, and that's why I'm pissed because that's one of my favorite ones. So I have had to make a new set of pillows for myself, but that's his little area. And then Mina sleeps at the corner end of the bed, and then she will shift her position to either my back. I have woken up to many times of her just being knocked out on my back, or like she does the knees and like in between the leg bit because I sleep wild and shit. So I'm just like, oh my God. And every time I feel her when I wake up, I'm like, damn, now I can't move because they're in their position. They're in the position. You can't move because it's like, oh my God, the peace of a cat not needing to like meow at you for like the I love those little motherfuckers. Oh, they woke me up this morning. Very much, it's time to start the day. And I was like, you're right. And sure enough, as soon as they woke me up, I looked at my phone and saw that bullshit and immediately had to go into DEFCON, like whatever. So thank you cats for waking me up. It was the alarm clock I needed. All right. Pride was great. We had a good time out there. Shout out to everybody that I met. Was Rampack. And everybody that bought me drinks. Appreciate it. The festival was a lot to take in. There were some new queer artists that were up there on the stage performing. There were events pretty much that were around the city. The parade was pretty cool. We missed it, but I got to see some video from some friends that did go, and I thought it was great. Gayborhood was packed. It just was to the brim, lines outside for everybody. You know, people were having a good time and were drunk. I didn't see no fights. I didn't see no one swinging. Now, the previous year, tap. This year, I didn't see none of that. I don't know if I left early because we did not stay the entire time because we were out like from like what 5 to 12. Yeah, we were gone. I was like, no, I am done with the day. Energy is gone. So we left, and honestly, Pride was just a key. Like, it was a great time. I would say to all the food truck vendors, God bless you, and a special God bless you to Pepperoni's. That pizza saved my life. I was drinking a mixture of brown and clear. Not good. So that pizza, oh my fucking gosh. Oh, so good. It's like the New York style, so it's the big wide pizzas or whatever with the little floppy disc, I like to call it. You can like fold it and everything and eat it. Oh, I'm so happy. And they had cheese. And it was only $5 a slice. Oh, it was so necessary because some things were just overpriced. I'm like, I'm not about to, pay egads of money, even though this is Pride and I get people trying to make a coin tots. I'm also not about to walk around with chicken tenders and fries. No judgment to anybody that does that. No judgment to anybody that does that. That is just not for me. Like, oh my God, I have to tell you the story about what happened at the Beyonce concert too. I'm an idiot. I can't wait. Two really funny things happened to me that were very much, I blame my edible. I blame it. It's totally my bad. The edible hit really hard and I ended up being like a total like cornball and it was just funny. I had to take my L's. But no, yeah, it was cute. It was cute. I had a good time for Pride and all that kind of stuff. Shout out to the people that found the folks that were, with the hookup, because there were folks on the street, y'all, with the hookup. I was like, wait a minute, now we on the street. What is happening? So yeah, it was fun, and I basically hit up everywhere. I hit the Eagle, JR, South Beach, Crockers. I did every establishment and paid. We were patrons for all of them, so it was given there, and it was a fun time. So following day, it's Sunday, right? And it's the Beyonce concert. I'm already going to Drag Brunch, and let me pull up the footage right now for Drag Brunch. I already posted it as a short, but I want to like explain some stuff about Drag Brunch because I need to talk about it. And is this going to be like a light review? Yeah, a little bit. But the drag show versus the food was two different entities to partake in. And that is the best way I'm going to explain it. Like, the food had no reflection on the performances with the dolls, but I'm going to talk about that food. Improv Houston. I'm going to read you for that food. I'm going to drag the battery dog garbage shit out of you for that fucking food. How dare you? The drag show, though. But I'm going to be honest about that food because a bitch was pissed. We'll get there. Everything else was wonderful. But I'm going to talk about that food. What's up, Eric? Hey, everybody. Okay, so I bet they overcharged too. Well, no, I've been to places where they've overcharged for food that was okay. But like this was just an issue of consistency and product. If that makes any sense. Like the product itself was not what it needed to be. The consistency of the temperature, flavor, it wasn't there. And I was like, I know you are trying to get these people in the door for the drag, and you know that's going to bring them in. And the dolls should have the food to match the performance that they are owed because the girls were chewing. The food needs to reflect what they give. And it was like, nah, I would if I went back, which I do plan to go back because I did enjoy the show, I would just get drinks. And I'd go eat somewhere else, no shade. Or eat before and then go get drinks, no shade. Okay, so let's do Drag Brunch right now because that was my Sunday to start. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to talk about the concert tickets. So this is how this happened. I'm getting dressed. DW, Darnell, is on his way to pick me up so we can go to the Improv and meet up with my other friends, Jeff and Troy, who I went out with the previous day. I don't know what the fuck is going on upstairs, but there's way too much happening. I'll continue. I'm in the shower. Y'all, something hit me. I'm telling you, I don't know if that was the Holy Ghost. I don't know if that was the Spirit. I don't know what hit me. Something told me, yes, Joyce, Jeff with a G. Something told me, go to Ticketmaster right now. Look at what is there. There has got to be a way to go to this concert where you're not going to have to pay the full price of the ticket. And that was it for me right then and there. I was like, if I can find a way to avoid that specifically, I'm going to be golden. This is going to be great. Let's figure it out. And then I also told myself, Matthew, if per se, this is something like, well, you're really not going to like get the seat that you want to get, just get something that you can just get. And then I budgeted myself in terms of it, like, what can you pay every 2 weeks that would make sense? And you already know how you operate and how your spending goes. You go to the grocery store now, you buy a week's worth of groceries. You do not order out like you used to. You are looking for a job. You're doing all this other stuff. Like we can work this out. Because listen, I can't predict the future with some clown fucking with my information and me closing accounts and reopening them and doing all that. But that point in time with what my shit looked like, I was like, there's a way. I said, I can do $50 at the max every 2 weeks. That's it. I'm not doing anything more. If it's in the 600s, if it's in the 600s, I don't give a fuck because it's Beyonce, it's whatever. Y'all, I opened that app. It was the first ticket. Boom. And I said, no way. I looked at it. I said, whoa, okay, this is section 343. I'm like, where is that at? And I'm like, oh, it's the side of the stage, but it's still where I can see the stage and everything. And like, I saw the setup and there's this giant screen and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, so this is interesting. I said, let me look at the price. It said like $289. I was like, no, that's out the budget because I'm breaking that. I was literally on my calculator. Breaking it up in fours, blah, blah, blah. Like it's like, it's too much. So I refresh it again, and then it opened a whole nother section opens up. And I was like, what is going on? I looked at it as had me for 2 guests. I said, no, I want 1 ticket. I did that 1 ticket. The solo ticket changed the game. There were so many pocket seats that were available that were resale. The 600s I saw, I could have been in my friend section and everything, but they had like really good 600 seats. They were like right on row A. It would have been like way in the back, like where I was for Renaissance. And I was like, I remember that. And I was thinking of getting the ticket. I almost bought it because it would have been, not as much. It was like $160. So I was like, break that into 4. I was like, okay, that's even better. But I remember the vertigo I had watching that show. And I love Renaissance, but there were times when I literally looked down and thought I was about to fall into the pits of hell. So like, yeah, I didn't want to go through that again. And that's no shade because I, again, was in that section and you could see so much. It's so cool. But I'm getting older, and I think I picked up on something my mom had too when she got older about being up high and getting very dizzy. And that is happening. It's happening. So I could not do it again. And I said, Matt, let's see if you can find something else. They had the 500 section. I was like, that's a little lower. That's better. But everything was view blocked. I was like, there's no way I would be evil just to sit there and listen to the show and be all that. But some people want to do it. So it is what it is. Those tickets were great too. I said, one more try. I am now butt naked, sitting in front of my dresser, getting ready for Drag Brunch, just on Ticketmaster. Like, I'm gonna find a ticket within that range of the 200 at the max. I gotta find it. Boom. Like a miracle. 343, a whole row of resale. Everything was locked up, sold out, except for 1 row. Had 2 seats up in the back area that were also resale, and then another seat down in the front that was a resale, but the whole row. Someone bought the whole row and re-put them hoes back out. Could not believe it. The price is $200 flat. I was like, no fucking way. Because I saw the 343 before. The front area was $289, but that seat, that's just a couple of up, just a few up, is $89 less. I was like, the way I asked no questions. I was like, all right, Matt, let's pray we have a roof over our head at the end of this. Dead ass. I kid you not. I said, I pray I have a roof over my head at the end of this. Look, what can I do? Girl, I saw that paying for, and it was over. I was like, you are lying. The dividing is all happening here. Boom, set, go. I saw that $50 leave my account, and I wept. I kid you not. I wept. For 3? For club level? I didn't even know it was club level till I got there. I just thought I had like a nice little, okay, we can oversee the stage. You can see her. It's not so far away. It's pretty good. Oh, baby, no. That motherfucker was like, I recommend it to all who do not want to be on the floor. if you can't afford the hundos, because the hundos were open, but I wasn't going to pay no $400. That even dividing that by four, I was like, no, I'm not going to. Not gonna do. Got a phone bill that I got to do tomorrow. No, oh, like maybe next time I will do this more intelligently. Yes, I will do it that way. Like if I had already been saving for the show, and then wait a little bit, and then buy a very nice ticket for a smaller price again. But as far as this being last minute and it being like a risk I'm taking and all that kind of shit, I was like, let me just at 50 is the max for this weekend, because we got things to do. So I got the ticket. I saw my seat. It's like 14U. And I'm like, U is like second to last row. Okay, Betty Davis. No one got seats there, but wait, it gets better. Because we'll get to the concert, because I still got to do Drag Brunch, but this is me before Drag Brunch, right? There were people who weren't aware of how long a Beyonce show goes. And so they got their tickets thinking she was going to perform for like maybe 90 minutes. No, baby. That's a 2.5 hour show. 2 hours, maybe 2:45. It depends on what she's feeling and if anything happens or really like situations occur, if she's late or whatever. Like dead ass. Then the other people who were with me apparently went to night one, and they left early because they were going to the merch trucks to beat everybody that was going to be coming out the show, because they knew the set list. And so they were like, they left like an hour before it ended, but they did that because they had to get in line for the merch truck, which is a gag because I already know that there was more than likely a line that was there as well for the entirety of the night. Yes. So the couple left. This gay couple that was really nice. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate it, because there was a funny moment that happened. We'll get there when I get to the footage. But like the other two girls that were gone, I had literally the row to me. There were some three women at the end on the end seats. Nobody for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats. Me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seats. A group of other people, and then the rest of the people took up the row. So I had a whole little area to myself of the row of me just having my food and everything just said. I did. The whole back had like people in scattered spots, and I just thought that was a giggle. And then the whole front of me was full. But here's me just enjoying my little keek in this little row by myself. Nobody there with me. That's why when I was on Instagram Live, you saw me with my little like popcorn just being like, here I am. Like, yeah. And somehow that ticket that I took a risk on ended up being one of my favorite experiences at a concert that I did solo. And I hate doing solo concert stuff because I wanted to have a party and be with my friends. You know what I mean? No, bitch, I lived. I didn't give a damn. I sang every fucking song. I was loud. I was screaming. I was yelling. I told the people in my section, if you are not about it, be about it, because I'm going to be until I'm tired. And if you're not, then you're not a fan and you shouldn't be over here in the section, period. The gays that were behind me knew the assignment. It was what it was. The girls that were like cacking and keeking, you knew the assignment. Thank you. But the rest of them that also were like, damn, didn't know this is gonna be a long show. Honey. That is why your ticket is so expensive. You are paying for an experience. That lady don't go out there and just sing a couple of songs for an hour and go, bye, peace, that's it. She don't have nobody open for her like that. And if she do, it's a cute little 1, 2, 3 from them, and then you about to really get it up. That didn't know. So, like, we'll get there. So, now we're going to Drag Brunch. Me and Dee, we did a little wake and bake little sesh before we went to Drag Brunch, because that's only appropriate when you're going to experiences like this to then enjoy a show. I ran into Purple Eda, who was there, and somebody else. I'm trying to remember your screen name that you told me, because we talked for a second and you came down and said hello to me. Beautiful, gorgeous woman. And she came down and said hello and was like, "Baby," I was like, "Oh, I paid." We had a little kiki, and all that kind of good stuff, and a good hug. I want to remember if you're watching this video later. Shout out to you, baby. I thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you. It was great to see you at brunch. I hope you had a good time. I don't know about the food system, but yeah, she was wonderful, and some other people that I had met going in and out. And I was like, okay, this is cute. I liked my table. We had a good little spot. The Improv is a nice place, in my personal opinion, for a drag show. There are multiple levels for the queens to work up and down. There was a thing that kept happening during brunch, though. And this is if you go to Chevelle Brooks' page, shout out to Chevelle, please follow, support. It's also for flip phone events, which again, follow, support, do all of that. They're not paying me for this. I'm just telling you that I'm here for our dolls, our trans women, our drag queens, sister brothers, Marys, hims and thems to be given some time. So like I'm going to promote, I'm going to CAC. We're going to give it what it needs. Like that, it's only fair. So like we get to our table. Our server was not a good server. Other people had different servers who knew what they were doing. Our guy was I don't know if he wanted to work that day. I don't know if he was feeling like, oh, I got to deal with the drag brunch shit. I don't know what the fuck was up with him, but he was pissing me off and he pissed off everybody at the table. And Darnell, if he was in here, could like attest to this because Darnell had to give his food back. Okay. We asked for a carafe for mimosa. He said he doesn't know what a carafe is and that they don't have it. Imagine seeing a whole carafe pass us by about 2 or 3 times from other servers to other tables. Strike one. The drinks, the mimosa was fine. She was a little juicy for me. I wanted a little bit more on the champagne side of it. Then we got what am I thinking of? My Paloma was okay. It really wasn't doing what it needed to do for me, but I was like, I'm just gonna enjoy this. I need to drink. We're doing drag brunch. That's what it is. It was the food that was the biggest issue where I had a problem before I get to the show itself and tell you how amazing the show was. Thank God they gave me the food so early, so that way I could also focus on these queens and I wasn't like stuffing my face and trying to tip at them at the same time and handling money. That's nasty. So thank God the food came out early. Girl, I ate my food at least 25 minutes before the show started. That's how much, yeah. Anywho, I had this egg croissant sandwich that was no. It came with potatoes, right? Potatoes, right? That's how I'm going to describe them to you. Potatoes. You know, not the school lunch potatoes. The school lunch potatoes that are supposed to be the breakfast potatoes that you can put in the air fryer, shake it up halfway through, put a little seasoning salt on them and call it a day. Well, they didn't put seasoning salt on it. So we wouldn't be able to call it a day, right? It wasn't good. I'm sorry, it wasn't good. It wasn't good, y'all. And mind you, it was cold. It had been heated up, both the sandwich and the potatoes. Wow. Very disappointing. Very heartbreaking. I was so hungry, I just ate it. Isn't that sad? Like, to me, I could have taken it back and been like, nah, which I should have done. But at that point, Eddie Hidden, I'm tired. I don't feel like arguing about anything. I just really want to get to the show. I want to see Angeria. I want to see the girls perform, all that kind of stuff. So I finished my food, regretfully, very unhappy. It is what it is. If you know what I mean, like, okay, it is what it is. And I won't recommend the food there. To the drag show, though. That's why I was like, I'll come back. Chevelle sold the fuck out of me. I have not seen her host a brunch before. That was my first time going to one of her, Chevelle, that was my first brunch for you. Okay. Because I didn't know it was at the Improv Houston in the first place. I would always see you promoting sister, but I was like, I don't know. So for me, this was a good experience. You were a surprise because to me, I didn't see Chevelle host. I saw Angeria Paris Van Michaels on the flip phone events. That's it. Pay for that table. Oh my gosh, Chevelle hosted. Oh, I'm blessed today. I was like, I'm happy. I'm very happy here. Chevelle is an excellent host. Had the crowd laughing, roaring, and all that kind of good stuff. She had a great story with Jasmine Masters. They're selling Jush fans, so I don't know if she has it on her Instagram too if you want to buy a fan from her, but it's her and Jasmine Masters came up with that merch together because Jush is their thing. And, you know, she putting that together. So shout out to Jush. Hey, Jush. Chevelle, she was interacting with me on my social medias. And I was like, I wonder if she gonna recognize me, and you did, bitch. So I was appreciative of it. Not to say like, girl, but yes, I respect you down, sister. I've been watching you perform for the longest of time. And you remember the first time I had met your ass outside Jasmine Masters' booth at DragCon, and I was like, hi, I'm from Houston. And like, I have known of you from the Boom Boom days, baby, when you used to come out there and twirl the girls and wear it the fuck low, which you still always and forever do. But like, I wanted to make sure, like, again, yeah, she's Mistress Mother. She's Mistress Mama, and she's Jiggly Caliente's mother as well. May Jiggly Caliente rest in peace. So yeah, like, that's my bit. I live for Chevelle. So I didn't know everybody on the cast. I forget this one queen's name, but she was the first one to perform, and she was doing like 16 carriages, but the R&B version, that bitch is beat. That lady was beat. I was like, ooh, her mug is so right. She is so puss. Like, everything about her was everything. The next performer, this is where my Puerto Vallarta story comes together for the drag show, y'all. Y'all, this is gonna gag you. Like, you want to talk about connections? You want to talk about, I literally see people from, I've seen someone from Drag Race each month. It's my friends were bringing it up because they were like, every time I've been with you, we've seen someone from the show, and you gotten to say like hello and hang or get like a shot or something like that. And they're like, Matt, we started January off with Mistress at JR's getting shots and everything for New Year's. And then here we are with Angeria for Drag Brunch, and it was just a geek. And I was like, yeah, I love when my friends get to share experiences with me like that. But it was so fucking funny. So remember the video I posted and the pictures I posted of me and Jada Essence Hall, right? Okay. And we were hanging out in Puerto Vallarta, having a good time, karaoke, the keys, the teas, all of that. The video I posted, you'll see this lady, gorgeous down, name is Leilani, and she's in green, and she got a bun. The real gag is I saw her the previous night and didn't know if it was her or not, and I didn't want to be rude because I'm such a scaredy cat when I see people in public. So I was like, no, I don't want to walk up to her, and I should have, because I was right, it was her. But what was crazy is that I met her with Jada, and she was so cool, and she's like, I'm from Houston, but I live in Vegas, and I come out to Puerto Vallarta and perform all the time, and I do this, that, and the other, right? And I've been known who she was, but that was my first time meeting her in Puerto Vallarta, right? Girl, she was in this show. She was in town. Yeah. She was like, I'm in town from Vegas. I was like, for the Cowboy, and ended up, the first time she did the run through and we tipped her, I was like, wait, because she gave eye contact. And I was like, wait, does she know what this is? The second run through, and it was so funny. I had to get up to give her my tip. I said, bitch, I said, girl, Puerto Vallarta, boom, boom. And she goes, because it was, oh shit, I remember. I was like, yes, it was just so wild because I saw her with Jada. And then the day before we left to come home, I saw her again walking with Alexis Mateo. And that's how I was able to meet Alexis Mateo. I was like, wow, hey, wow. It just blew my mind the way my life these last couple of weeks has interconnected so much with so many different things, and it being just so coincidental, not me actually seeking it out, but it just happening. I'm like, oh my God, such a wild moment. But Miss Ange here, it was funny because the first walkthrough, because again, nobody's seen me in my braids. People are not clocking me immediately like they used to because they're used to the bun and stuff. So she didn't like catch me the first time. She was kind of like, okay, we took the tip, and then she got around here, and then she saw me because I said, now bitch, and she was like, Matty! And it was this beautiful, again, me and Angie, I was supposed to see her the last drag con that happened. And I didn't get to her booth because, mind you, All Stars, 9 and all that kind of stuff was happening, and I think, or at least was announced at that time, and Angie's popularity was really up. It was already up from her own season, but when I tell you that line for Angeria was long, girl. And I'm not with a press pass anymore, and I'm also not trying to be rude and be like, let me walk through and stuff like that, because some of the people that handle those booths don't be knowing who you are. The queens may do, but they don't, and so they're going to give you a little ad. to do it, and I don't deal with that well. So that's why I just was like, I'm gonna avoid that problem, and I'm gonna see them later because I assume there'd be another drag on. High key. So I was worried I wouldn't be able to see my girl again unless she was gonna be in town or if I was in LA. So we finally got like a hug after the last time we had saw each other, and that's my bitch, and I love you, Angie. So it was just good seeing you, sister, and watching you perform. And you and Chevelle are fucking funny. It was a cack, and I did get to ask a question, and I think I'm going to be able to allow you to hear the question that I asked Angeria for the Q&A portion. And I love you, Chevelle, because you clocked me, and it was like, oh, well, let me definitely go to Matty. Like, I know Matt's going to ask a question that's not like, what are your hopes and dreams? I'm going to ask something with tea, but also respectful tea. You know what I mean? Like, very, girl, I have a job to do today. She's a YouTuber. Yeah. We're going to ask the right questions. But this is after I gave Chevelle a hug. I got the mic and I was sitting down. I believe you can hear it. Let me see. Hopefully you can. Let's go. So check this out. If they did invite you back, it was for all winners. Would you do it? Absolutely. Yes, I would. Because one thing about me and two things for certain, I'm not paying. That is Darnell. For those of you who are like, is this DW? That is DW. Yes, that's DW. All right, Betty Davis. I know Purple, you was in the building. Yeah, because they were just asking, like, you know, the questions weren't what people were wanting to hear. And again, your boy went to school for broadcast journalism. I'm not gonna be sitting there asking some dumb no. And I mean, they can do that. That's fine because you want the light stuff, whatever makes you happy. But I'm if I'm gonna ask you a question, it's for the world. When you out of drag, that's us chilling. But when you in this and then we here and they and you literally book through, no, based on the show because people want to support you. If you went back for all winners, would you go? And she said absolutely. And I think that is a fair question. And I also understand Angeria's point, which I have applied to both Georges and I've applied to Ginger and I've applied to all the girls that get called back again. And it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. Do y'all want to talk about the Angeria and Silky drama too today? Do y'all want to talk about that Angeria and Silky drama too today? Do you? Oh, let me know. Because I was paying attention. I was paying attention. A television? I said, baby. And this is local tea. You know what I'm saying? Because Angeria and Silky live in Houston. So I was over here like, oh, this is around the corner tea. Oh my God, what's happening here? We'll talk about it. We're gonna get there. We gonna get there. What I want you to do though is hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate you so much for being here today. Sorry, I have a headache. I'm still a little hungover from the events this weekend. But also, if you'd like to throw a little bit of love in my jar, please and thank you. It would be sincerely so helpful right now, especially after the morning of identity theft and me opening up a new bank account and all that kind of jazz this morning with the first being so close. It's a stressful start to the week going into July. So if you did want to, don't have to, but God bless you. I appreciate y'all for being here today. It's paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924, and Venmo Matty-Rants. Thanks for being here. I need a little sippy water. Okay. Oh, my throat. My God. But Drag Brunch was fun. They were performing Beyonce down. The tribute show was amazing. Chevelle was hosting with the mostin. It was personally one of my favorite shows that we saw. The food was fucking horrible. Bad. It was bad. But like the show, oh, That was drag, baby. That was a key cack. I will say, and I don't know if it's just because there was a lot more people than expected, or if it was a packed house and we had issues here. Because there's so many rows going through the improv, there was an issue. There was an issue with them by the time they got to the second to last row, where there's more people sitting in the back for the Drag Brunch show. They're having to restart the last song over to continue the brunch. And it happened consistently to the point where I was like, I was, I wanted so badly for somebody to have known or have planned ahead of time for that to happen, to then throw on any other track other than the last track that was just played to give what was a very awkward sometimes turn to go. But I will say that the dolls handled it perfectly and great, because once that track restarted, they almost went into like another breath. It was like, all right, boom, and they gave a good show again. Like, they kept giving a good show. It wasn't more like, oh my God, the song's restarting, I'm just going to collect my tips and pounds. That didn't happen. It just was wild how the track did that. And I'm like, girl, no. But then they're ready to, okay, bitch, we're just going to pump that through and give a little more. And I was like, all right, I feel it. So shout out to Chevelle, shout out to everybody on the cast. We really did enjoy the show. Live for everybody. Y'all was performing down. That food, improv got to do better. They must do, you know what? Or maybe better yet, you know what I'm going to say? Even though I saw a whole bunch of plates that weren't finished, maybe we'll get the appetizer platter next time, Fred. Maybe that's what it was. We just don't need to do the brunch items. We need to do something on the lunch menu, maybe sort of like a mozzarella stick situation, to where I'm not going to feel as upset, because it was the first thing I had that morning to eat, and that's probably why I was the most upset. Because it was like, girl, really? But yes, show was great. Shout out to them. It's a flip phone events. If you want to look them up on social media, they have like Instagram and all that kind of good stuff. And shout out to Chevelle for posting them with my story and all that good stuff. But yeah. Chicken fingers and fries is low-key triggering for me after this weekend, Isis. We'll get there when we get to the Beyonce concert, because girl, please. that was scary, to say the least. Oh my gosh, CJ, thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate you so much, especially in my dire times like today. Maddie, I had so much fun at Pride. Wish I could have seen you, but there will be another time for sure. Absolutely. I came out, I threw ass. I can't. I want a VIP pass and have the time of my life. And that is literally what Pride is supposed to be about, CJ. I think that's flipping awesome and amazing. And I know you were also, I think you were at the concert too, as well. I was running into people randomly. Like, it was rando. And I think some folks, there was one person in particular. Oh, I do need to say something about the Drag Brunch. Whoever that young man was, why am I saying young man? He may be my age while I'm saying that bullshit, right? He was very cute. It gagged me because nobody at my table, me included, had our phones up when Angeria went to hug me. So that could have just been a memory in time, and someone had been said like Maddie was a liar, like they always do. Rolls at the table, bare chested, everyone's like, woo. And he go, hey, I got that clip of her hugging. Do you want me to airdrop it? Oh, stop it. Would I tell? Like, that was one of the sweetest things ever to, like, that like hit my heart so hard. Whoever is dating him is fucking lucky. Because I was like, are you joking me? Nobody does that shit. That was great. Thank you so much for getting that footage for me. That was a blessing in disguise, because I was literally just at the table telling myself, I'm really mad at myself for like not like filming that moment. And you just, and I mean, walked right up. Hey, by the way, do you need this? Thank you. Thank you. It was great. Let's talk about the concert. I did not get the number. I think he was with somebody. One, two, because he was cute. I was like, nah, he was somebody. That's that kind of shit right there that you do. No, that's I have a man. You know what I mean? You kind in the soul. Oh, she's not a bit of single. Is what that was. I received it just like that. It was very, oh, it must be whoever gave them cakes to her. Good for them, sweetie. Wish we had. We working on it. We trying. But no, it was just really funny how that went down, and I was here for it. Okay, so let me do a catch up because we have some new people in the live chat right now. We have the new people in the chat right now. Shout out to you. Thanks so much for being here. We're gonna get to the Cowboy Carter show, and I'm gonna explain how that went down for those of you who are going to be going to the show and you're like, Matt, tell the experience because we may need some notes. Oh, you're going to need them. You're going to need them because I'm never going to a show an hour before it starts ever again in the history of my life. I'm never doing that again. What a foolish thing for me to do. Never again. Stupid. We'll get there. But yes, right now I'm currently trying to raise some coin tots. First is definitely tomorrow, and I unfortunately had my identity stolen by that friend who I've spoken about. I've lent money to, who I thought we were on good accord after he sent me a portion of that money back. But I found out that this man had basically got access to my bank account, and over the weekend had a good jolly time. I've had to file a police report because again they were able to use identification to get a card and do some things with my stuff. So I'm having a little bit of a moment and a panic attack about that, but I'm also on a nice little libation right now that's keeping me calm because I handled everything this morning, but it's just been hell on earth, if you will, after such a great weekend. And I don't even know if that was done out of spite because I was doing stuff on the weekend and maybe I'm posting things. I don't know, but just not great. So if you did want to throw any love in my jar today, it's super muy importante. The fuck is this bitch doing? PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App outside Matt924, and Venmo MattyRants. I appreciate you all. Let's get to the concert. Again, I got lucky. I found these tickets for a very good price. I got to pay in 4, so it was like I didn't have to pay like immediately. It was only like $50. So I was like, bitch, I'm going to the concert for $50 work that I got to pay every 2 weeks. But that just 150 right there. I was like, oh, that 50 right there. I was like, okay, this is perfect. And I got club level seats on top of it. So I was gagged. Didn't know till I got there. And I realized when my sister showed me her ticket, I'm like, oh my God, I'm club level too. So we took an Uber, which is a smart thing to do, to the venue. But to be fair, do not do that with an hour before the show to start. If anything, I'm going to recommend 2 hours. I'm going to recommend that you get there. If the show starts at 7, be there at 5. If that's not going to work, 5:30. If you get there at 6 before 7, I'm going to tell you now, you are going to have the hardest time doing the things that you may want to do prior to the show, which is getting merch. I didn't get nothing. Every line for merch was wrapped around corners, going down the hallways, passing up the food vendors, if you will. And I'm talking about every floor I went to. I'm on the 3rd floor, went to the 4th floor, went to the 5th floor, went to the 6th floor, went back down to the bottom floor. We were searching for at least one merch place that I could maybe sit in line for 35 minutes at the max, 40 at the max, not an hour. But I'm being told, based on how long people were in line for, it is 2 hours max. You'd have been sitting there, the show would have started, merch, which again, they were trying to get people out of NRG, so they did not open up the merch stores at the end. Yeah, because every floor for the NRG, there's like 6 floors. There is going to be merch that's around, like that you can go in these little booths that you can have, right? As well as the truck that sits outside, which they had to close down early the previous day. And then they have a note today saying you can only get merch here if you have a concert ticket. But guess what? That line was also wrapped around the corner too. Like freaking madness, y'all. I was like, this is too much. I kid you not. I was like, this is I was so sad because there was a blue jersey I wanted to get or the red jersey. I wanted it so bad. I was not able to get it. I was trying to get Bleak or something because Bleaker wanted to get a shirt there. No way I was going to sit in line that long. So we get to the concert. I go through club level entry, which was kind of puss. I was like, okay, work. I will be getting 300s from now on because I didn't realize that was club level. And I love that, honey. It's its own entrance. It's fucking cute in there. It's not swamped with a whole bunch of people. There was a little part of it at one point where it was like, bitch, I needed to decompress because I couldn't breathe. It was a lot of people. And I was like, oh, I could just stand over here. It's fine. The bathrooms. Oh, yeah. I will be definitely doing 300s for Energy forever again. And I will be looking for those low price tickets in other venues in that kind of area. Because, yeah, that was perfect. I was like, oh, this is lovely. But the problem was is that they also had, like, merch as well in the club level areas. But that line was also wrapped. I was damned to do whatever. We weren't getting merch, unfortunately. That was the tea. And my sister got lucky because her line sister was already in line in there earlier than us. So she was able to get it. Okay, so here's me. I leave my sister. Oh, look at the footage of what's wrong with me. It's like I have photos. I was like, I forgot I have visual aids with this show tonight. Okay, let me do this picture first. Because I'm going to show you where my sister was, and I'm going to show you where I was when I got to my seat, because we were both in the 300s, but we were on opposite sides. And there's like definitely a difference in, point of view whenever you're like at the show. You know what I mean? And it's important because you may want the front view. Some people like the side, especially when, hold on, let me close out this screen. Here we go. Share screen, window. Oh, I had to close it up. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Close this window. This computer is just gonna just let me have it. I look so greasy in that photo. Whatever, I don't care. Okay. So this was my sister's POV. This is like section like 306, something like that. A very good view of the stage, if you will. Like you get all of this, and that was like row A. So this is that POV from the 300s. If you can get tickets Energy style for a show, this was perfect. We are not in the middle of the pit. We're not with the nonsense and all that crazy stuff. We are not on just one level to where it's rows of seats. And then if someone tall's in front of you, you can't see shit. Do you feel me? It's like you get to see stuff. So I was here for my sister's spot. Now for me, I was literally across the way from her. Like I could see her and other people too. It's so funny. People were clocking me. Like, Matty, I can see you over there. I said, shut up. Let me get my... Is that the one I want to show? Okay. I have to make sure that the volume doesn't play and all that kind of crap with some of this. Okay, boom. Yeah, this is a good little shot right here. This is a good little shot right here. Okay, so this was my view for the show. Okay, so where's my little arrow? So my sister is over here. And I'm diagonally right here. So I got to see, they had a screen up. I got to see all the sideshow and the performance from that sort of POV, right? What I also got to see was when everybody was coming in dancer-wise, when Blue was doing like a mic check real quick, not a mic check, but a headphone check or whatever for the sound, I guess for audio and all that kind of jazz that they like were prepping and all that sort of bit. I got to see Beyonce like leave the stage, you know what I'm saying, and do her old like little bit when she's talking to people before she goes on the next part. It was so interesting to see that go down. Because I'm like, the show's right there. They gave us a screen. It's like, okay, that's cool, but I could also see the show happening. But then I'm watching them all come down. Like, where's my arrow? I'm watching them all come down here, go all the way in the back. I was like, girl, this is crazy. It was such a gag. I was like, okay, this is cute. I will do the threes again. Side view, I'm all right with. I was like, I could do a side view. I could do that again. That was a vibe. Because it was cool seeing everything happening and like something. Okay. I don't know who it was I saw. These two people were having a very animated conversation in the back when it was during a number, but it didn't, you know, how it's not distracting you too much, but you sort of like look to the right a little bit and you can see people like having like a moment. I was like, girl, somebody got fired yesterday too for something. I don't know what it was, but that man was upset. And he was like, this guy have it. I was like, oh, what is this? And it wasn't a dancer. So I was like, there's nobody over there. But I did see somebody in some sort of situation going down during, what was it, the Renaissance part of it? Or was it, God, man, what song was playing? She was in that new outfit that was sickening. That outfit was so bright. You could see it from literally my section. Every rhinestone, every jewel. Bang, 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 bang. So beautiful. It was just kind of funny. It was interesting to see. Did I put the Rumi video in this? Did I bring that up? Let me see. Let me see if I brought the Rumi video, because that was such a sweet moment when the little baby came out on stage and, you know, we gave her the round of applause. We stood up for Blue. We were stomping for Blue. We was stomping for Blue. We was up. Houston was raised up for baby girl. We were making sure she got her dues because that little girl was thumping. That little girl was dancing. I said, y'all are not this, that, be, I that little girl. Like, Jesus, she is dancing her ass off. This is crazy. And I remember seeing her at Renaissance. She had got better by the time, you know, when people saw her the first time performing or whatever. But I got her when she was a lot better. But this time seeing her, I'm just like, wow, yo, to be impressed. I don't know if she can sing. To me, I'm like, if she just want to be a dancer, you know, pop off. Because she was cutting. Okay, let me make sure I have the volume down so we're not playing music. So, like, is this Riverdance? I'm trying to remember. I think this is Riverdance. No hands. Yeah, or yeah, I think that was two hands to have. Either way, I was living and breathing for Mother. I thought the outfits were everything. Like, okay, line about the no flying car. Ugh. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. You want to know how I feel about it? You want to know how I feel about the no flying car? You want to know how I feel about it? Trey, thank you so very much for the zippy poo on Venmo. Everything counts. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, my baby. Okay. Did I want to hear 16 Carriages? Yes. Was I perturbed that I didn't hear it? No. Thinking about it later, I'm really sad I didn't get to hear the song live. Sad. My sister was upset because she missed Renaissance. So she finally got her, like, you know, her dues and in whatever, we got to go to the show. And my sister was just like, that's my favorite song. And we didn't even get, and then like, I understand the car and the situation that happened the previous night, because that is crazy. That is scary and that is crazy. But also in the back of my mind, this is me. So you couldn't have just stand out there, sister, and gave us a belting number of 16 carriages with one spotlight in the center, and that's it. We had to do the car. It was specifically because of the car, because that was night one. That was night one for Houston when the car situation happened. And I'm assuming, based on how she was looking, because again, she's a professional, it was scary as fuck. Because if you saw the car, I don't think y'all are realizing this. Beyonce was belted in. So people were like, she's just hanging on to the flag. No, Mama is belted in by her waist. However, It is if what happens if the car detaches and just drops on people. What happens if the belt is snagged onto something as the car drops and then she goes along with it? What if the belt gives away now that the car is tilting and she now has to just hold on to the flag? So, yeah, live in the air during your hometown show. I understand. She had a lower body waist harness, nothing for the upper, the lower. So like anything could happen with that situation. And I just do. Tim, thank you so much for the super chat. And the car bit was cut from the show. Yeah, I'd be not funny at all. But I was upset a tad bit because I did want to hear 16 Carriages bad. I just wish she did something different for that part. Like if you can't do the car, like throw it in the LED in the back or something and stand on stage and sing down, sister, because we know you can't. Like, I just was a little, she probably triggered, if you will, PTSD from something like that because it's fucking scary. But like, I just really wanted to see that song. That was my only issue with whatever happened last night was we didn't get that one song. That was my only, okay. So this is another thing too I need to talk about with this concert. You are not getting Beyonce from Formation. You are not getting Beyonce from Crazy in Love. You're not getting Beyonce from B-Day. It is wild of y'all to think that this lady is about to do all of that. Like you and sing at the same time. There's another person of a certain age who is very much one of the most excellent lip syncers to ever grace. I mean, I might be lying there, but that's the reason why Mama be out there doing what she's doing. You understand? This lady, as much as the girls will say she don't, the back vocals are there. She sang her shit and the mic is on. You can hear it, the full bit, breath into all of that. Like you can say what you want. I have been to so many shows. I have seen her do this so many times. My first show was literally 2007 Rodeo Beyonce, that curly fucking brown fucking wig and that Versace belt. That was my first experience. I have watched her do this. I have seen her do this. She gonna sing. Especially when she did Alligator's Tears was I love hearing that live. Thank you, Beyonce. I was very happy you did. In the middle is so deep. Thank you. And Alligator Tears up. But I've seen her many a times. And for me, I knew she was going to have Blue dancing for the really hard, specific choreo parts, and she was going to do other choreo. Now, did she dance the show? Oh, yeah. Oh, she danced down in a couple of other spots, but it's not as I be getting to the mud. Oh, it's not that. So if you went there thinking that's going to happen, no, but you are going to get her moving and shaking and doing and taking and singing and giving you a very good show. On top of that, for those of you who missed Renaissance, they're like, Maddie, what was that experience like as someone who went to Renaissance, but then also went to this show, and there's a Renaissance section that is literally the closing part of the show, which I thought was dope that she closed the show to the Rennie part most. That was like I think the third act of the show. And I was like, yes. You go get your life because she do, for me, that Rennie intro, Renaissance, the full bit in that I'm that girl into Cozy, into Alien Superstar. It is puss. It is there. There's a breakdown from Church Girl, but she doesn't go all the way. Yes, if you were waiting for Freakum Dress, I'm going to warn you now. If in any way this lady gives y'all the full song, I will lose it. I will pee in a corner somewhere like I'm a Calvin and Hobbes fucking comic book, and that's going to be that. What? When she went to be or not to be, not, and then goes directly into another song. I'm sorry, I was upset. I was like, no. You didn't do 16 Carriages. You can do this song now. You can. How dare you tease? I seen the videos where people were like, no, why did she not do? Oh, I fully understand your frustration now. Because man, I don't know if that voice, especially with all the singing she was doing, can do all of that for Freakum Dress as well. But God bless America. She better do that song for her last show. I'm paying money for Act 3, B. I'm just letting you know now. You better do that damn song. It's a good song. And the crowd was getting so hyped the moment they heard. Ooh, I'm talking about everybody in that audience like, yes, go And then she remixed it with another song. I was like, nah, don't tease us. She did do Diva. I was happy we got Diva. We even got the little breakdown and everything. I was like, yeah, buddy. She ain't no diva. The full bit with the she said, okay, come on, B, with the breakdown. It was cute. It was cute. And then Boots on the Ground was a bop. Everybody, of course, was living for that. She did do Before I Let Go. Oh, I'm so happy she did Before I Let Go. She knew her crowd. She knew what Houston. She knew what her audience was. She knew. We got some of the good R&B stuff and some of those hits, so I thought that was dope. Bodyguard was one of my favorite moments. Oh, actually, okay, no, my favorite moment was Riverdance. Like, remember how Riverdance was my favorite song, and then it became Two Hands to Heaven, and then it became Sweet Honey Buckin', right? Oh no, bitch. I was living for her Riverdance with that outfit and everything. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. Desert Eagle being played in full was wonderful. We appreciate that, Beyonce. I was very happy to hear you do Desert Eagle in full. It wasn't just like a little, I heard everything's bigger in Texas. The whole crowd lit up for that. Alexis. We were happy. Sweet Honey Bucking was good too. She ate up that. Now I definitely give her and Blue was cutting up during that one. Bucket. 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 Whoa. The yank in your chain. Promise that things are the kid. You know the man at the bank. Either you isn't your A. It's a rubber of A. Bubba got pictures to take it. It's in my DNA. Oh, I was so happy. Say the things I know so true. What is it? Take the Bugatti out for a spin. Ooh. Oh yeah, we did get drunk in love. I'm sorry, I forgot. I totally forgot. So much happened. That's the thing about a Beyonce show is like if you don't know the set list and you go in like just basically like I did, because I purposely did not look at the set list. I wanted to walk up in there and just have a good time. Every song that was coming out, man, I was just like, oh my gosh, we're singing this one, over this one. Like that made the experience fun for me, I think, in a way. Was that. Hold on, Tim. Are we doing Paris for Act 3? They got everything. I know, isn't that wild? I was really thinking that little chipmunk, boom-headed, blockhead girl was going to be there singing in her off-key spirit. I was really mad we didn't get Miles Cyrus. I was mad. I was like, damn it. I wanted to hear that live. And she did not sing that song live. And I was a little bit like, oh, okay. It was a part of this interlude she did into another song. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Kind of wanted to hear you sing it live, but Miley's not there. So I was like, okay, we're not going to be too pressed and pearled about it. But bitch, I wanted to hear her tug a toot to that one. I did. I really did. Okay, let me tell you a story that happened in the middle of the show. I had got up to go pee because, again, I ended up having like a bit of a section to myself with some people sitting next to me that left early, this, that, and the other. Y'all, my edible was so strong. I somehow, some way, don't know how. This is right before you came over to where my baby, Purple Eater. This is right before you came and got my drink, and you bought me a drink, sister, for your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. I don't know how I did this. And the fact that I asked the people to move was even the funniest part about it. I went to the wrong row after coming back from the bathroom, after just being where I was just sitting at and all that kind of tea. I literally, and what's funny is that's how I know that the people either I made an effect on them because I was, being myself and da-da-da-da. And of course, we're at a concert. We're not about to be boring over here. You're fucking crazy. The fact that all these people in this area section are now staring at me because I have gone to 14, but the row before that, and I'm talking about I start to set myself up like I'm chilling. It's the couple that's like, hey, like you remember us, and I look up and I'm like, oh my god, and everyone is just staring at me. And I'm like, oh no. I hate to be embarrassed. It's like, nah. I would just scream. They had to help me step over to get to my seat. I definitely blamed the Eddie. I was like, that's clearly that. The fact I had a whole thing of popcorn, baby, and all of that. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I cannot. Unfortunately, that was one of the funny things. Then also, it's really interesting as we were leaving. My sister, my sister, she saw somebody who also pledged with her as AKA at her college, and it's so weird the connection that happened because she didn't know that was my sister. She watches this channel. Hi, by the way, it was nice meeting you. But that was really wild. I was like, wait, y'all are AKA Sorrow sisters, pledged together. I don't even like. I went to the probate where they did all. You know what I mean? And I was like, what? And then to find out she also watched me but didn't know we were related. Oh, that was a gag. That gagged me a tad bit because, again, it was like, damn, I'd never know connections and who is in what corner here, there, where, and all that kind of stuff. Very small world. Very small world kind of stuff. I was like, wow, that is wild, bro. But it was nice meeting you. But yeah, I 2.5 hours. The show. That is the length of the show, by the way. If you're going, if you get a nap that day, make sure you are not taking anything that's indica heavy or very sleep. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It is a long show. You're gonna be there for a minute. That lady gives you movie quality stuff. Like, and she's always filming things. So again, I think we're gonna get a movie. I wouldn't be shocked if it came out in the holiday season, just like Renaissance did for a limited engagement. I would not be surprised, or if it's a Netflix deal, because she already has the Beyonce Bowl up there. So why not release the accompanying movie of the experience for the actual tour that happened for the concert that happened for the Beyonce Bowl? That was the announcement for said tour that got to get, it just would make a lot of sense. I have predictions and I'm ready to talk about them. There were visual teases for Act 3 during the show. If you were not paying attention to the visuals in the background, she did this whole, and I don't know, M. Hey friend, I don't know if everybody was paying attention like they needed to. She flashed a whole lot of images of herself at one point in time, and you could see different hair that had nothing to do with Cowboy Carter, had nothing to do with Renaissance, had nothing to do with her old era shit, and it was weird because it was the way it looked. I saw dark hair. I saw black hair. I saw brown, dark, deep root, almond, dark fucking hair. I saw a whole nother visual and I said, oh, what is this? There's one image I saw that she did where she was, and I don't know if everybody who saw this is, I'm going to clock in. Remember when she was laying down at one point in the visual and it was going into Renaissance, and it was almost like she was going into, it was kind of dark the way it looked. Like she was at first like in some doily kind of shit or whatever, and then it's almost like she fell over, and then it was like when she landed, it's like her hair became black, and then it was the vibe with the shades that were on, and it was like very leather that shit. And I saw it and she bleaked it because it was like real, hit the ground, boom, next image. And I was like, we need to go back to that one. Like, what was that? That was me. I was like, wait, what was that? Hold on now. Wait. And then there was this interlude where she had the visions from both Renaissance and Cowboy Carter, like the statues that she used when she was doing like the robot statues, right? The robotica shit, like, right? So she had the one where she showed the lady who was it's Beyonce, but she's like these angel wings and she's like pointing towards almost like this warrior woman angel, battle angel, whatever. Then we see the not Renaissance. We see the Cowboy Carter, because it wasn't the Renaissance horse I saw in the visual. It was the Cowboy Carter horse because she's still holding the flag. And I was like, And it went from that visual, because in Renaissance, it was the robo titty angel woman situation with the intro. That then went into the Cowboy Carter horse. You see metallic Beyonce with the hair and the horse and the flag, and it's gold. Then it transitions, but it doesn't show the next image. It just goes into another level of something, but it goes 1, 2, and almost like it's about to go to somewhere else. And it's like, never mind, we're going somewhere else. I said, oh my God. I see you, lady. I see what you're doing. My prediction is we get something for the holiday season that is related to Cowboy Carter tour. For those who didn't get to go, visual-wise, limited engagement, or just a Netflix deal. Possibly. I think the next single will be released around the same time, like the other singles have been before. Either February, March, for the summer, May, June. Maybe. And I think next year is going to be the first beginnings of that situationship for Act 3. And I think that she's doing this leg stuff on purpose, because it's been like, here's the album for this year, here's the tour for this year, here's the album for this year, here's the tour for this year. And we're doing the tour now, right? And we're about to wrap that up. Literally, she's almost done with this tour. She is almost done. There's only a few more dates left. Mama go on break, but she already have everything in the vault ready to go. I just don't see her not doing anything for 2026. It's impossible. That feels counterproductive. No. No, she's going to do it for 2026, so that way for Grammys 2027, Act 3 is nominated for A, B, C, D, E. Baby, I've clocked in. That is exactly what I feel is going to happen. Got the AOTY. I love when she did that part during the show too. AOTY, I didn't win. And she made this face like, because it's like, yes, he did. Yeah, I really think 2026 will be the year, and I think we'll get Act 3 then. And I'm gonna just also be real and say she's going to take a very, very, very long break, if not retire afterwards, or possibly go into a Vegas residency. Do a couple of years of that, if not 1 year alone, because she knows she can make enough money from that, and then be good with it, and then possibly either help Blue get to where she wants to go with the legacy, because it's already there in the blueprint from the DNA, especially with the physical movements and how that baby girl danced. But maybe she wants to learn how to sing. Maybe she's learning how to sing in private right now. We do not know. Maybe she wants to rap. We don't know yet, because it's giving me either she's just enjoying this part of her mom's life and wants to be in it, because once it's over, she knows it's over, because she knows the real schedule. And this is just right now what she wants to do to share a memory with her mother forever. You know what I mean? Or possibly it's just her and them already having discussed this, and them all saying, hey, if that's what she wants to do, why are we going to knock it? And this is how they're getting her into it, by putting her through the work as being a backup dancer, learning how the stage works and performing together, and really building up that confidence on stage. That is definitely a possibility, especially at her age right now. Like, very good time to like build up a star. So I don't know. There's so much around it where I'm just like, man, this is crazy. I think the comments that were made about Rumi looking a certain way are really weird, because I saw that girl big time, big screen in front of like that. And I was like, what? And even if so, why is that your business? But that baby girl gave Child, who is really excited, who definitely has a tall ass daddy, okay, with their mama, and just was happy to be there. And like, that was pretty much it, as well as, trying their best not to act up on stage, because clearly they're a child and this is a lot to take in, and they've done it before, but it's also like, well, doesn't change the fact they're a child. So I don't know. It was a fun show. I enjoyed it. If you didn't notice this part too with the concert yesterday, because she did debut a lot of new outfits. So that gold outfit that I just showed you with the coat was sickening. And she takes off the coat at one point and performs. She puts on a jersey when Blue comes out, and it matches Blue. It was so cute to me, because it's almost like my song is coming out here. Let me put on something. Let me put something on my body real quick, because baby girl don't even be dancing with me with my little figure showing this little sexy number. I thought that was so cute. She had this big old oversized jersey. Jersey was hot too, but it was just like, okay, I like that. That was adorable. But yeah, like, it was a great experience. I am beyond happy I went. I would have really been sad if I didn't go, and that would have ate me up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was already eating me up the entire weekend. I was really mad at myself because I was like, maybe, I don't know, like, why am I even canceling Saturday show? What's wrong with me? Like, that is a good time to do a video. YouTube always is like appreciative of that. I don't ever have issues when I do it. I was really taking, that was one of the risks that I was talking about, was basically going to the show, not doing videos those days. It's going to affect my channel, but I have to go. I didn't get any tips the last video I did, or any thing for the last couple of times, except for some stuff in between it that happened that were very much miracle worthy, which shout out to Lucky. I thank you for the merch, Tippy. Even though I didn't get any merch, we applied that towards the ticket I paid for, which is helpful in a sense, especially for the paying for it. But it was just, it really, it was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know how I'm going to get to the show. I just have to find a way, because if I don't go, it's going to bother me so much, because she is my number one artist. And if it was going to be less than $100 I would spend that day, it ended up being $50. I said, we're going to do it. And we did. And there you go. I'm never going to buy food at a concert ever again. I'm going to eat down before I go. I'm going to get fat and full and then go watch the show. That popcorn was diabolical. I know my sodium is up there. I'm making nachos after this video with some turkey meat, ground turkey meat. And I use like this reduced sodium taco seasoning that I do. It's going to be necessary, because bitch, every bite I took, I knew my soul was being taken away from me. It was kind of good, but it was also like, does that make sense? Like I mean, again, I was on Eddie too. So like, you're going to eat, but every bite I took, man, it was, it's like a salt lick. I was like, Jesus Christ, let me breathe. Shout out to the bartender who said I look like Jason Lee. I was like, girl, but she was like, it wasn't a read. And I was like, please stress that again. She's like, no, you're really handsome and all that. I just think you favor this person. Da, 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 da. I said, okay. Because I'm like, why I gotta be the messy punk sweet pea? I'm like, he's successful, so I'll take that for the gander. He's not hideous either, but it just was the fact of like, really? I'm like, that's the reference. Oh, poor thing. And then I was like, well, I've been mistaken for this, that, the other. She was like, oh, I can see it too. But she was a sweetheart. Shout out to the stud. She did the drinks with me and Purple Eva. We did that. But baby, that second time I passed by, it was coffee J. I was a big girl. I was a miss girl. I can't. I had a cacker back. I was like, no, don't do that. Yes, Trey, it's exactly that reason. Because I have done side by side. I have looked at that man for, girl, no, we do not. We do not at all. But I get it. You know, some people's beige blends. So it is what it is. Oh my God, I can't. $50 for 2 mini daiquiris. Let me say, that Sir Davis was like 20 plus for just those cocktails that were already set up. But you got that cool cup, which again, should have done that. I didn't get the cup with my Sir Davis, but like, should have done that. Should have done that and got the fucking cup to go with it, because people were getting to take those home. I was like, damn it. But no, the bars were cute that were set up, and they did have these little photo booths too. Again, I really recommend that you get there early. Like, if you want to do anything, like take pictures with all the displays that they have, or like get like merch and make sure you have your size available, and possibly, you know, even get the food while you feel it's fresh before it feels like it's just been sitting there. Oh my God. Please get there early. Do yourself that favor. Do not be me, because I was heartbroken. I didn't get no merch. I was heartbroken that like I didn't get to do the experience the way I wanted to necessarily. And it's not to blame my sister or her fiance or us being there the time that we got. It was just the fact that we were thinking that she was going to go on at a later time like she always does. So us just coming there an hour later is not that much of tea, because guess what? She's not going to go live for another 2 hours, even though showtime's at 7. We have time to do stuff. She promptly started at 7:50. 7 o'clock came and they gave an announcement about the show, and everyone's like, "What?" I kid you not. The whole room was like, "Oh wait, what? Are we starting this early? Is that possible for her? What?" I was sitting down, sipping my drink. Boom, 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 boom. I just couldn't believe it. Never. And I've been to so many Beyonce concerts. Never that early. Ever. Never. We normally be leaving at 1 a.m. Nah, son. No. No. We were promptly out of there at what, 10:45, something like that, 11 o'clock on the dot. Like, oh, we were out. And they made sure to get us the fuck out. They were like, get out. No, they weren't like that. But they also were like, yeah, it is time to go. Get y'all off this property. Boom, cat, get the hell out of here. I had to ride the Metro Rail back. That was a lot to take in. Some people don't know what deodorant feels like, smells like, looks like, tastes like. Hopefully not tastes like, because that's the problem. Y'all need to go to the doctor. But like, there was a couple people who was given real sour, real starched, real sour. Very, very tart. That's what I meant to say versus starch, but I'm just keeping it in because it's kind of sounded funny. But no, it was, my goodness gracious. But yeah. It was a good show. You'll get your money's worth. And she performs like no other, and the visuals were everything. It was a full experience. Have a good time. Just if you want merch, if you want anything to do with just being able to get everything that you need and everything that you're trying to do, please go at least 2 hours early. Treat it like the airport. Wow, that's sad. Treat it like the airport. Get there way early. 2. You will be so happy. The most you're probably going to sit in line for, if you get there like literally in the beginning and have to deal with people who run, because there are runners that go in there and they like try to be the first to do all that shit, maybe 25-30 minutes. Because when I was at the Renaissance show, I went and had to look for multiple merch booths, but I was able to find one. And when I did, I was in line for maybe 25 minutes before I got to get what I wanted. So it was a bit of an easier process, but I also was there 2 hours prior to the show. So I was able to get there and wait that little half an hour to get my shit. So yeah, an hour before, oh, a fool. Never again. Never, ever, ever. And again, for those of you going to the show, they had cute shit for merch. I was so mad. Oh, I wanted that blue jersey so bad. Oh my God. I wanted the blue jersey, and there was a bandana that looked really fire too that I thought was dope. Plus they had a fan as well. I thought was cool. I don't know. They just had a lot of good shit. So make sure you get there, y'all. I want you to get merch. On behalf of me, please get that merch and enjoy yourself. I got my Amazon shirt, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, if I could redo the experience, we would have got there an hour early. Gabby with an eye, hi my baby. Happy B-Day, Sailor Moon. Hey Maddie. Hey Gabby. Hope you're doing well, my baby. I'm gonna see you Sunday, sister. But this is my merch. It's my wristband that was used to glow up and stuff, plus running into a random Beehive fan and a member just like myself who had an excellent outfit. Girl, that coat was sickening. Had a whole white fur on, y'all, for the concert. Randomly ran into her, and she gave me this. I was gagged. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. It was so nice of her. I was like, oh, this is so cool. So I took this as my merch that I got from the show, and I thank her for that because I was a little bit upset that I didn't get anything. Oh, the Houston shirt was sold out when I got there. Gone. I don't even know why I attempted. Okay, so actually, you know what? That's what I really should say. If you are really merch heavy and you want to get merch specifically, especially for the city that you're going to be, you get the first night ticket. You get the first night ticket and you get there early, because I will admit that the Houston exclusive shirt was also sold out when I went to the Renaissance show, even though I was early for the second night, right? Because she did Saturday, Sunday too. And I went to the Sunday show on my birthday on the 24th. The Houston shirt was gone. So it was like, yeah, if you merch heavy, be there for the first show. Do not go to the second show. I only recommend the second show because I feel like the many times I've seen Beyonce, whether it's first night, second night, third night, she is more chill and fun on the second night. Like she likes to be more playful and talkative with the audience on second nights because it's her last night there and she's very much in the giving spirit of let's have a conversation. So like I've noticed that from her before, and that's kind of why I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna go the second night because normally we get something a little extra. It did not happen for Houston. We did feel a little slighted and jaded about it, but it is what it is. Mars Sucks, thank you so much for this generous super chat. I appreciate you, my baby. Wish YouTube didn't hold these bitches to the next check. But when I tell you this is honestly, thank you. I appreciate you down. Sincerely. It's going to be really helpful for the next month for sure. Actually, no, this would apply into July. No, I think that would. Oh, actually, because it's the end of the month. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. Oh. Glad to see you feeding your fire in spite of adversity. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I had to go, and I will go to Act 3, God willing. But I had to go. I needed that rejuvenation. This is why I want to stop like being so hard on Jamar and other people about their artists that they like love. Like I don't want to judge you being a bar because that you're a fan. Like, bitch, I get it. You go to when your favorite artist ever shows. You got good seats, you got bad seats, you just got seats. And you get to witness them perform and give you life. Like, I understand. Bitch, you hear my voice? Like, I was singing last night. Like, oh my God, yes! I was singing. Tilda, Tippita, Hardwood. It only makes sense. So, as much as I may not like the artist that you may be living and breathing for, I get the struggle of going to a concert, the idea of even being up in there, and the fact that once it's done, you feel the post-traumatic stress of not being in a lit building and living for the music and all the outfits and the joy and just all that energy. And you're leaving the show and you're walking with all these people and everyone's just talking about the show simultaneously from different moments from all over the place. It's just so much energy is booming everywhere. It's nuts. It is nuts. I think, MJ, the reason why I can is because I have been like kind of screaming like all weekend or whatever. You know what I mean? And last night when I was like home from the concert, I wasn't I was and all that kind of stuff. But this morning we had a little hot tea and we tried our best today. Okay. So that's where we're at. But yeah, early this morning I was much worse. Is it raining? I feel it's raining. And thunderstorms on top of it. Because I wanted to do a 2-hour video, so I believe that we did fulfill that promise today. Real quick, let me talk about Love Island. Taylor, is that his name? The guy with the locks that looks like a string bean. Not to shade nobody, because I love me some string beans now. But send him home. Send him home now. I don't want to see him no more. I don't like how the fuck you do my girl Alandria. I'm also not liking the hate Alandria is getting in the whole she's a dummy, this, that, and the other. Bitch, when you like somebody, it can be hard to walk. Okay? Give her a little bit of grace. Also, everybody wanting Nick Alandria to be a thing. No. I want her to be with Pepe or possibly with an actual... I feel like for the men, no shade, the bombshells were Poots, Mackenzie, the majority of them, except for Omaya Papaya with Zach fine self. I'm like, she got, that was like, yeah, go pop off, sister. You know, and even Huda, Hudda, whatever with old boy, who I think is also like, okay, at least, yeah, I would definitely, for sure, for that one. But I don't like Huda, and I don't like her fans. I don't like Taylor. He can go fuck all the way off. You are not all that. You are kind of gross. We've also seen your social media. Go fuck yourself. Ace is a shorty with a problem. He is one of those people who is short and fine, but is evil. Evil. Like, you are manipulating and running things in a house that you should not have any any sort of say so. And like, I do not like the male conversations that are taking place, the side eyes and all that kind of crap, and the very, I'm gonna get in my confessional and tell you some bullshit. But then when you're with like Ace or somebody else, like, you want to be talking all hard and shit, get the fuck out of here. I hate that crap. The women I've been enjoying a lot. My two faves are Alandria and Shelly, but I also like Sierra, but sometimes she pisses me off too. I don't like Iris at all. I don't like Huda or Huda. I don't, something about her rubs me the wrong way. It's like she does this thing where when it was the Jeremiah situation and all the girls had your back, like, you know, after calling a whole bunch of people bitches, you don't return that same favor. And I also feel like Shelly, especially with what I saw, I haven't seen the most recent one yet. I saw a clip. Shelly has every right to be pissed off with how you was humping on Ace, especially after you was mad when it was Jeremiah there and the way you were acting with the girls doing anything. I don't understand that. Like, and also, why are we like letting her have a pass on that? But then everybody trying to get on Shelly talking about, oh, she's doing too much. Is she really though? Is she really? The thing is, they've been there for like a few weeks. If you weren't locked in from the beginning and still locked in with that same person, I don't understand why we're not still exploring relationships. That's one of my issues with the show sometimes. Is like they're trying to lock it in because they're like, oh, I think America wants to see us together and we're going to make it all the way. But then, like, again, with Ace and others, it's like, you think you run and stuff, and you do have these really redeemable moments here. But I get annoyed with the decision making on that show. I get annoyed with all of it. All of it. But I don't like Taylor and don't like Clark. Clark is a pretty girl, but I wish we met her outside of Taylor in that situation. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think that you smirk and you act smug around Alandria, and I don't like how that looks. And it really makes me uncomfortable because it's like, okay, you're giving, I'm the better bitch. When in reality, Taylor is trash. Like, you like ended up with one of the fucking castmates of Men in Black. Are you for real? And you think this is like the ultimate goals of goals? Okay, pop off, sister. How was Ace in the sauna with his socks on? Because that is the kind of person he is. That's gross. Like, that's how you know. That's that behavior that, you know, it's like, okay, you may want to be Ashton Hall, sister, and possibly waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning doing absolutely nothing for no fucking reason, but you still gonna be the square bob sponge pants that we know and love, and that's just what it's at. Yeah, Zach Pepe. It's dangerous. Dangerous. I was like, oh my God, I totally get it. Adriana is fucking fine. Fine. That's my Dominican sister, right? Oh, she is fine. Fine. Gorgeous. Down. I want the world for her. Down. Maya got on my nerves initially, but now I want everything and then some for her because she's one of the only people to speak up. And she got a fine one. Zach is fine, bitch. I was like, oh, Maya, y'all make a beautiful couple, but like, she, yes, you got a good one. Yeah, I was like, where is that? Where are the Zachs in Houston, please? I was like, oh my gosh. But no, the show gets on my nerves a little bit, y'all. I do dip. That's just why I'm not reviewing it, because I get very. Let me fast forward through some of these conversations because they are absolutely going in a circle and it does not matter. I wait for the body language to look like something happened or possibly there was a revelation. Then I stop, rewind back, and listen to it again. That is how I watch the show. And that is why I'm not doing reviews. Because some of them conversations are just, why am I hearing this? What is going on? And I also find it super cheesy when they do we just got a text and then they do these slow motion runs and shit. I'm out. Peace. Oh, TJ definitely can go. Is it TJ or CJ? I can't remember. Austin's trash. It's all that tea on him, but Austin is trash. Fuck Austin. Like, I don't really care for them. And I don't know why we are trying to make Nick Alandria happen. And Nick is also a weirdo too. I don't know. I don't like the men this season. I like the men better last season. Last season was no shade. Jana and our other girl. Yeah, last season was a bop. This season, it has its moments of glory, and other times I'm like, nah, not so much. I just need Landry to stay there for movie night. I need a lot of things to happen where certain people need to see things go down. and a lot of conversations be played, and the producers not save them. Because I saw the voting recently. We are on the right track on getting Taylor out. We are, but I need movie night to happen for several people immediately. I need some of these people to get called out too and not protected by production. Both men and women, by the way, like for real, because, and I'm afraid that they don't want to do that because then everyone's going to end up breaking up. I have this weird feeling that that's why they don't want to do that, because it's going to cause so much chaos in the house. And they're like, damn, we wanted to wrap the season up, but we're going to have to bring some other, where are the backup men? Like, they should bring back old boy that was eliminated with his swole, short little self. That was fine. He looked like Ace, but darker skinned. What was his name? He ended up getting a really good social media following out of it. I was like, why is he gone? I was like, he wasn't bad looking at all. That man was attractive. What's wrong with y'all? What is this? Sometimes I really, Jalen, thank you. Sometimes I'm like, when I hear people online talking about he not cute, this, that, and the other, I'm thinking to myself, this must be a 15-year-old. This must be a child on the back of this account talking about somebody's looks and shit. Like, this has to be that. Has to be. There's no way. He was actually nice too. I was like, like, y'all should have gave that man a chance. I don't understand. They said there are bombshells coming. Well, are they fine though? Is the question, and are they giving? Because that one dude, CJ, what's the one? He looked like JD Vance, but possibly if God had more favor in him. Yes, like that one who was the bombshell who was still there for some odd reason. I don't know why he's still there. I'm like, girl, you look like a Care Bear with a fucking racist problem. Like, I don't know why he's there either. I'm like, girl, no, so boring. I'm unable. Who am I rooting for couple-wise right now? I want Alondra to be with somebody. I want to be with somebody. I only want Shelly and Ace just because, again, celebrate Black love. Down. However, Pepe could be with somebody. I'm going to be very happy because I love Pepe. He's cool. Adriana, I think there needs to be some recouplings that need to happen. There are some ships I'm not shipping. If I'm going to be real with you, I'm not really shipping anybody's ship right now. I kind of want people to recouple. Come back to me when somebody starts to switcheroos. Come back to me for that, please. Somebody bringing up that they think Alondra doesn't like white men or whatever. Maybe. I don't know. I just wouldn't. Nick is not attractive on my scale of what I would see in anybody as far as color's not even being a factor here. It's just no. No, not for me. But maybe she's looking for somebody a little bit more hard looking. I don't know. He seems soft to me, especially when he talks and he gets all upset. I'd be like, oh, honey. I'd be like, girl. Yep, that's the first thing come out of my mouth. Oh, girl. Either way, Love Island's interesting this year. The show is wild. It's just a lot of people swapping saliva and basically taking their little, STI, STD checks within the week. And they trying to figure out what it's going to be about here. The spit hand job, though, was a lot to take in during the nighttime cameras. And I thought she was wild for doing that. Like, really? Okay. But yeah, come on, Real World House, early season days. But yeah, y'all, I had a good time talking with you today. I need to get off of here before the power goes out for some reason because it is raining. Again, if you have any sort of quintats to tip your boy through, especially with what I got going on prior to the first year, trying to keep this rule in my head while we figure all this shit out with my account, please and thank you. It is PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $9@924, and Venmo MattyRants. We gonna try every single day. We gonna do our best because we gotta do this. We ain't got no choice. Still on the job hunt too. I did get a email that I didn't get the one that I applied for, that I did have that over the phone, and I found out it's only because I filled the position And they needed people who could speak Spanish, and that was the only thing that was available. And I don't speak Spanish, so it is what it is. I've already put another app somewhere else. We are back on the hunt. We're not giving up. But yeah, other than that, all that drama that happened this morning, and that I'm still within a very happy, good headspace, and I'm just so thankful I got to have an awesome weekend, and I want to hold that energy. I'm just holding that energy, man. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do. But I definitely am like, okay, bitch, I don't know what we do about this rant, but we gonna pray, especially after everything with my account. So speaking of which, I need to go to the bank physically tomorrow in the morning and deal with that. Oh, the tea was silky and Angeria. I forgot about that. Okay. I mean, it's all over social media right now, and I know Drag Tea with Matt, I'm sure is going to be, shout out to Drag Tea with Matt, we'll be posting a video, as well as, if not, some other folks in our arena of Drag Race commentary. But basically, allegedly, possibly, maybe, they are going to be on an All-Stars coming up. Both of them. Allegedly, possibly, maybe, there's going to be something like that happens via the show. I don't think so. I think this all happened after said show, but I'm not sure. What was being said was Angeria was posting cryptic stuff about Silky. People thought it was plain Jane, which is wild. But it also would make sense because allegedly that person may be also on the cast too. So they're thinking this is like directly about the show. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's way more personal. It's with someone who I'm close to. And when they said Reverend, that's when people picked up it was about Silky. What made it even crazier is that there was a text post picture of, and I love how Angeria didn't really cross out Silky. Like she did, but it gave very 1, 2, 3, 4 swipes on the photo, not cover all of this so we don't know who she's talking about. No, it's very, you can see Silky's face, Silky's name, that's it. And if you know Apple, you need to really, why am I doing that with my finger? But you really got to do something to make sure that you cannot see that shit. And this has something to do with a television that was lent to Never Given Back, giving very much accusing of, well, I'm not knocking Angeria here. Angeria's speaking their piece, and I'm not going against Silky because, again, I'm not those two people, but this is what I've picked up in the situation. Angeria's accusing her of, like, taking something from her and not giving it back. When she needed something, and seeming that Silky's like gaslighting her to be like, what are you talking about, girl? Like, it's not that, what do you mean? It's like, no, bitch, like, we've had this conversation, like, what you talking about? So I'm hoping they work it through. It's none of our business to begin with, but also it was made a little bit of our business when it was posted on the internet, so that's why people are talking. And it's giving me real friendship fight, so that's why I'm like, I hope they work it out, but if not, they work out something in reference to this. It's a lot to take it. And I'm also wondering, did this happen, something like this pull up on the show and it falls into that, or if it's just something personal from just them knowing each other and it got a bit too deep because, well, you didn't do what one person expected you to do, and then we end up having this falling out because you acting like I'm bullshitting. Because I've literally just dealt with somebody who was supposed to be my friend who just stole my information and basically fucked over my bank account that I'm literally having to restore now. So I understand Angeria's perspective of being like fire engine hot at this point and you saying fuck it, if you will. Especially with somebody who I'm supposed to be really cool with and has been like on the phone with me talking about my personal stuff and all these, I'm trying to get my channel together. I'm trying to get this together. I'm trying to get on a job and everybody's giving me shit for it. Like literally, I get it. But I also don't know if it's just, it went a little bit further than it was supposed to go. It is what it is. But yeah, that is a little bit of the light tea for it. If you want to see more of it, it's posted all on Twitter. And I do know that some of these Drag Race channels have actually, I feel like I saw an ad or something, or possibly like in my feed, a video specifically about it, breaking it down into detail, even post wise. There's also one post on I saw a post on Instagram about it. And someone just breaking down quote by quote by quote by quote with screenshots. Oh my God. Oh, another thunderstorm is about to hit. Oh, here we go. Oh Lord, let me start charging things. Because Houston. Let me start charging things, child, because I am not in the mood today. I am not in this mood. Not right now. Not right now. I wanted to play Roller Coaster Tycoon after this and make me something to eat so I could feel better. Because after this, I got to get back on the phone and hit up. Let me be quiet because that person who I'm talking about that I have very much filed a police report may be watching this, but I have to handle business after this basically and make a phone call to do with the law. All respect to the law, like very much that. So I wanted to play Roller Coaster Tycoon because that's like my video game of choice when I want to feel better and I need to be creative. That's the one. I'll just pick a random. I've already beaten the entire campaign, full bit of it and everything. I have beaten that bitch down. But actually, liar. Okay. I will prove I've beaten it. Can I screen share this? Because it's not necessarily connected. Can I screen share that? Hold on, let me see if I can. That'd be wild if I could. Oh man, no. I can't do that. I have to figure that out. I'll quit this campaign because I wasn't done on it. I have beaten, and you're going to see how all of this is crap. I ended up cutting my elbow one night because I rolled over. It's a mess. But okay, here, go back. I have beaten every single solitary one of these to where I've unlocked the Tycoon Park. That's the last one that you can do or whatever. Where's this camera at? Show it. Hands gonna start shaking. Which is a lot to do. But it's a game I used to play as a kid on my old PC, and I never got to complete it. And it really used to bug the crap out of me that I never could complete those games, but I also had no strategies. I had no idea how to work it out. But yeah, that's been one of my feel-good things is playing this game and figuring out how to work the mechanics of getting most people to parks and that. Plus, I love theme parks. Theme parks are the best things in the world. But yeah, this is the lie. I haven't beaten the Six Flag expansion pack part. I don't. Girl, it's hard. They talk about get 3,500 people. I'm like, how am I supposed to do that? And they give you they literally have a whole model of the Six Flags in Belgium that was made, I guess this is around the early 2000s when they have the entirety of the park, but they have literally the park built just like the Six Flags. It's so cool. And I love it in the little, animation style that's in and all that kind of stuff, little pixelies and everything. I just love it. I love it. Six Flags. I said Six Flags. I gotta go. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for the super chats today. Honestly, thank you so much. I said so much. For those of you who did tip the Cash App and Venmo today, thank you. We're going to cross our fingers and hope for the best over here. I will be probably going live again tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday. So you will be seeing me. I also have the vacation video that I'll be posting this week because I actually just got a little started on that today. So I'm kind of happy. I'm like, okay, we're getting this going. We're getting there. It's just, dang, I had to shoot things in 4K like a dummy. I should have shot it in 1080. Oh, so it's been a little hard to compress. I'm having to cut those videos up, and I hate that because I wanted to show y'all a lot of shit, but I'm trying to make it to where my computer does not lose its grip on reality. Okay. I'm in the video. But yes, make sure you leave comments on this video. It's super muy importante, as well as leaving a like as well. Please and thank you. If you see me tomorrow on YouTube, we're probably going to do a live. I'll tell you later because I was working on a tier list. You'll see the post. I'll post it. You'll see the post, but probably a tier list tomorrow. That's very relevant. And then also we will do Wednesday King of Drag. Thursday will be a rant with me. Friday will be another fun video, and then Saturday will be drag races and the other. I'm trying to work. Gotta pay the rent. But God bless you all. I really do appreciate you for listening to me today and having so much fun. Let me make me something to eat. Enjoy the rest of this day, and I hope you do as well. I will see you then for the next one. Take care, everybody, and I appreciate you for watching me today. But yes, get your tickets. Go see Beyonce. It's fun. Shout out to Pride Weekend. I hope y'all had a wonderful time, too. This is Angeria. We'll see you next time, babies. Bye.
Listen.